Well, it's an unprecedented list that Donald Trump's team are putting forward to the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security, including the ability to fly on military aircraft, something which has not been done by any candidate before, as well as expanded flight restrictions over his rallies and his residences in Mar-a-Lago and elsewhere, as well as bulletproof glass screens to be stationed, pre-positioned almost, in every battleground state. So 7 battleground states that he would then be able to use at his rallies, and also the use of military vehicles as well. So something which has not been seen in US presidential history, but of course Donald Trump is unlike any candidate that we've had in US presidential history as well. So in short, Trump's team wanting Joe Biden's level of protection from the Secret Service, of course, in the wake of those 2 assassination attempts on his life. I'll also say as well, these requests are coming after the campaign got some briefings from government officials that Iran was still plotting to take Donald Trump's life as well. That some of his aides have been convinced that that is what is going to happen, although it must be said there has been no evidence so far that the 2 assassination attempts on his life did have any connection to Iran. However, I've just got something in the last couple of minutes from a source in the government who says that at the president's discretion, we have sent messages to the highest levels of the Iranian government, strongly warning them to cease all plotting against Donald Trump and former US officials. They also tell me, these officials, that the Iranians have been told by the US government that if they carried out any attempts on the former president's life, then the US would see that as an act of war. That's just coming into me here at France 24. So still a moving development, still a moving situation, but the government clearly taking this very seriously indeed.
And Fraser, a government which you have been directly speaking to, in fact, some of the highest levels of government today, with very interesting words on top of what you've already just mentioned.
Yeah, I spoke to Joe Biden earlier. He was giving a briefing on the relief efforts of the hurricane that took place in Florida just a couple of days ago. I asked him about this story, about Donald Trump and the threats on his life, and also the level of protection that he should be afforded. To take a listen to what the president told me earlier.
Do you approve Mr. Trump's request to use military aircraft in the final stages of the campaign?
As long as you didn't ask for F-15s. Look, I've told the department to give him every single thing he needs for his, as he were sitting president. Give all that he needs. If it fits within that category, that's fine. But if it doesn't, he shouldn't.
I've also spoken to people from the Secret Service as well who have told me about the level of protection they are giving Donald Trump. We can throw this up on the screen for you now. Some of the words that they said to me. They said that since the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump on July 13th, the US Secret Service has made comprehensive enhancements to our communications capabilities, resourcing and protective operations. Today, the former president is receiving the highest levels of protection. I did point out to them, however, that there is still a difference between the level of protection that Donald Trump receives and that a sitting president, i.e. Joe Biden, receives. No word back on that so far, but again, Secret Service saying they're taking all precautions that they can. I've also reached out to the Trump campaign. So far, no word back from them.
Apologies for that interruption there, Fraser, but very interesting indeed just to get that statement from Joe Biden himself, talking about the exact same level of protection, or at least everything that Donald Trump needs, especially so close to the election in November. Fraser, they're coming to us from Washington, D.C. Fraser Jackson, our correspondent there.